students, coming back to the second exercise of real numbers, we are going to see the definition for fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Every composite number can be expressed as a product of its prime factors, and this factorization is unique and apart from the order in which the prime factors occur. So we know that the definition for the composite number, which is nothing but a composite number should have more than two factors. So here, for example, I am taking my number 105, where my 105 is a composite number. So here this 105 can be written as a product of three prime factors. So in this three prime factors, this prime factors is unique and it is apart from the order. It can be written as 5 into 7 into 3. So it does not depend upon the order, but the numbers of the product is unique. Now coming to the exercise 1.2, the first problem, express each number as a product of its prime factor. So the first problem he has given is 140. So I want to express this as a product of its prime factor by using the earlier method, prime factorization method. So here 140, 2 times 70, 2, 35, 5, 7 and 7, 1. So I got 140 can be written as the product of 2 into 5 into 7. So the product of its prime factors are 2 into 5 into 7, which is equal to 2 power 2 into 5 into 7. Now going to the third problem, he has given the number 3825. So using my prime factorization, I want to find out its prime factor and then I am going to write it as a product of its prime factor. So going for the prime factorization, 3825 3 times. So you will have 1275. Again 3 times. You get 425. Again 5 times. So it will go 85. Again 5 times. It will go 17. So again 17 one time. Thus 3825 can be written as 3 into 5 into 5 into 17. So which is equal to 3 power 2 into 5 power 2 into 17. Now fourth problem, 5005, using prime factorization, 5005. So 5 will go 1001. Again we'll try for 7 tables. So it will go 143. Again 143 will go 11 times. So you will get 13 and 13. So it can be written, 5005 can be written as the product of the prime factors as 5 into 7 into 11 into 13. Second problem, find the LCM and HCF of the following integers. So before going into the second problem, he has given a relationship of LCM and HCF with the two given numbers. So where LCM into HCF is equal to the product of two given numbers. So I am going to use this relationship in the coming problem to find any one of the value here, LCM or HCF. If any one value is given, we will find the other value by using this relation. So here he is asking to find the LCM and HCF of the following numbers and verify that LCM into HCF is equal to the product of two numbers. So as you learned previously, finding the LCM and HCF of the following numbers, so the same process I am going to do now here. So taking the numbers separately, we are going to find HCF and LCM of these two numbers as by earlier method. 13, 13, 1. Again 7 table. So you will get 13. So 13, 1. Now writing here, I am writing 26 as 2 into 13 and 91 as 7 into 13, where my common factor is 13. So my HCF becomes 13. So now coming to the LCM, along with this 13, we are going to write the other numbers 2 and 7. So 13 into 2 into 7, which is equal to 182. So I found out HCF as 13 and LCM as 182 for the following numbers. Now I am going to verify LCM into HCF is equal to the product of two numbers. So I am going to take my left hand side, LCM into HCF is equal to 13 into 182, which is equal to 2366. Now coming to my right hand side, product of two numbers. So product of two numbers, given two numbers is 26 and 91. So I am going to find the product now. So where this product becomes 2366. So I found that LCM into HCF is equal to the product of two numbers. So I can write that LCM into HCF is equal to product of two numbers. Hence verified. Now second subdivision, 510 and 92. So I want to find LCM and HCF for the given numbers. So I am going to do by 510. So I am using two tables. So 255. Now three tables, you will get 85, and again 5 tables, you will get 70 and 71. Going to my 92, I will get 2 times 46, again 2 times 23, where 23 is my prime number. So now coming to here, I want to write my 510 as 2 into 3 into 5 into 17, where 92 is equal to 2 into 23. Now where the common factor will be 2 for these two numbers. So I got my HCF as 2. Now going to LCM, along with this 2, now I am going to write the other numbers here. So where other numbers will be 3 into 5 into 17 into 2 into 23. So if I multiply all the numbers, I will get 23,460. So I got my HCF as 2, LCM as 23,460 for the given numbers 510 and 92. Now our second step is to verify LCM into HCF is equal to the product of two numbers. So now going to LCM into HCF, we'll get 2 into 23,460. So if we multiply, I will get 46,920. And now product of two numbers is equal to 510 into 92, where you will get 46,920. So hence I proved that LCM into HCF is equal to product of two numbers. Third problem, find the LCM and HCF of the following integer by applying prime factorization method. So before we have seen two numbers, now we are going to see three numbers. We need to find out a LCM and HCF for these following numbers. So I have written that 12 can be expressed as the product of 2 into 2 into 3, and 15 can be written as 3 into 5, and 21 is equal to 3 into 7. So my common factor occurs in all the three will be 3. So my HCF is equal to 3. So LCM can be written as including this 3 and with the remaining numbers 2 power 2 into 5 into 7. So I will get 3 into 4 into 5 into 7. So which is equal to 420. Now going to the second problem, second subdivision, he has given the number 17, 23 and 29. So these are all prime numbers. So it does not have any factor other than 1. So I will have HCF of 17. So I am just writing 17 as 17 into 1, 23 as 23 into 1, 29 into 1. So my HCF will be equal to 1 and LCM is leaving your 1, other numbers you can add 17 into 23 into 29, 17 into 23 into 29, which is equal to 11339. Fourth problem, given that HCF of 306 and 657 is 9, find LCM of 306 and 657. So he has given HCF of these two numbers, he needs to find the LCM. So I am going to use the concept HCF into LCM is equal to product of the given two numbers. So where my HCF is 9, so my LCM I will not be knowing. So product of two numbers is 306 into 657. So now bringing this 9 to other side, we get LCM is equal to 306 into 657 by 9. So 9 will go 306 34 times. So which is equal to 34 into 657. So we will be getting 22,338 as my LCM of 306 and 657. Fifth problem, check whether 6 power n can end with the digit 0 for any natural number n. So if you want to find a number, the ending with the digit 0, it should have a factor 2 and 5. But your 6 power n has a factor 2 power n into 3 power n, that is your prime factorization. 2 power n contains 2 and 3 as the factors. So it is not possible for your 6 to have a factors 2 and 5. So this condition is not possible. So for 6 power n to end with the digit 0, it should contain 2 and 5 as its factors. Therefore, the 6 power n cannot end with digit 0 for any natural number n. Sixth problem, explain why 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 and 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5 are composite numbers. So we know that the composite numbers can be expressed as the product of the prime factors. So I am going to write this expression as 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 as, so taking my 13 commonly outside, so I will get 7 into 11 into 1. If 13 goes, I will have plus 1. So 13 into 7, 11s are 77 plus 1. So 13 into 78, which can be written as 13 into 13 into 2 into 3. So I got the composite number as the product of the prime factors. So I expressed this expression as a composite number. So the composite number can be got by multiplying this. And second expression, so I am going to show this becomes a composite number. So I am going to take a 5 as a common number outside. So I will have 7 into 6 into 4 into 3 into 1 plus 1 here. So which is equal to 5 into, if you multiply the entire term, this becomes 1008 plus 1. So which is equal to 5 into 1009. So hence I expressed this as the product of 5 into 1009. So this expression is a composite number since it is expressed as a product of prime factors.